That one stripped away by Owen Tomazik. He's going to go back the other way. Tomazik off the glass and in. So 2 points for Owen Tomazik, averaging almost 7 points per ball game this year for Coach Ice and the Pirates. As Hoffa comes back the other way. He's shut off. 3 ball by Goins. No good. Rebound pulled in by Richards. Richards slows it down for a moment as he had Badley on him. Owen Tomazik open 3. Off front of the rim. No good. Rebound almost pulled in by McCoon. Last touched by Harvey. I was waiting to see because it looked like number 5, Amani Hall, could have grabbed it. He let it go thinking it was last touch by the Pirates. Checking out McCoon and Tomazik, checking in Studio and Washington for the Pirates as Richards gets it into Moses. Moses now up top to Studio. Studio over to Washington. Washington, nice pass inside to Moses. Just a little bit too light with the runner in the paint, or turnaround, I should say, in the paint, and the ball coming back the other way as the nice up and under, nothing there, as it looked like Moses had it for a moment. It's going to go in the hands of Studio, and we're going to have a foul going against number 4, Devon Badley. For Badley, that will be his first. Substitution coming in as Badley now will check out. Number 12, Deontay Ware will check back in. So Ware started the game, got a quick breather, and back in for the Red Raiders. 14-7 your score. Richards bringing it up slowly. As Richards setting up the Pirate offense. As Cubison now goes in motion. Hand off to Cubison. It's going to hit off his leg. Almost over and back, but the Pirates keep it alive. Cubison picks up his dribble, finds Studio over to Washington. Washington goes to his left. He's now in the paint. A little bit of a body. Fade away. Off the mark, no good. Rebound pulled in by Weber. Weber with it. Over to Hoffa. Hoffa, Euro step, and that in the NBA would have been a fine play, but here in high school basketball, that is a travel. Charlie Rockwell checking in. Studio checking out. Both teams doing some quick substitutions here in this opening quarter. 14-7 your score. Braden Richards setting up the Pirate offense. It's Richards, Rockwell, Moses, Cubison, and Washington as a spin move into the paint, off the mark. Rebound pulled in by Hoffa. He's going to bring it back the other way. Hoffa. Pass into Goins. Back to a 3 for Hall. Off the mark, no good. Offensive rebound pulled in by Goins, and he's going to head to the free throw line. Coach Ice wants a foul at the other end. Nothing there. So Walter Moses will pick up the foul for the Pirates. Moses with his first foul of the ball game. Just under 2 minutes to go here in this opening quarter as Chase Goins at the free throw line for Harvey. Goins rattles the first one out. As Des Thomas checks back in, Hall checks back out. Hall checks back out. For Chase Goins, he's a freshman, 6'1" forward for the Harvey Red Raiders. As Goins puts up the second one, rattles that one in and out. Rebound pulled in by Rockwell. He gets it over to Cubison. Cubison has Weber in front of him. Cubison, he goes coast to coast and lays it in. Jake Cubison continues to add to his legacy here at Perry as he became the 5th member of the 1,000-point club a couple games ago, and he just continues to add on to a fantastic senior season. When you look at Cubison, he's averaging 21.1 points per ball game. That's actually up 2 points from where he was last year at 19. He's shooting the 3 ball at 43%, 81 from the free throw line in only 21 minutes this season. He has 9 games with over 20 points, including 5 of the last 6 games. And in the first meeting with Harvey, Jake Cubison had 19 points in 27 minutes. Pirates lead it right now 16-7. As the Pirates will have Washington, Cubison, Richards, Studio checks back in, and Charlie Rockwell, your 5 on the floor right now for the Pirates. As it is Harvey basketball. Hoffa met by Washington as he comes into the forecourt. Hoffa got it to Ware for a minute, but now back to Hoffa. 3 ball up by Weber and good. Spencer Weber, a freshman, hits a 3. It's a 6-point Perry lead. Studio with it, finds Rockwell. Rockwell to Washington. Washington thought about a three, goes to his left, puts it up the runner in the paint, and it is no good, but we have a foul coming against number 12, Deontay Ware. For Ware, the young freshman will pick up his first foul. Dayton Washington looking for his first points of the ballgame as Washington, a 67% free throw shooter, puts up his first and makes his first. Now for Washington, he has scored in all but 2 games for the Pirates this season, as another substitution is coming as Morris will check in. Richards will check out for probably the final minute 10 here of the ball game, as Washington getting ready for his second. Washington averaging 4.5 points per ball game. Washington, second one up and in. Nice smooth stroke by Dayton Washington, a 67% free throw shooter. He connects on both, back to a 7-point lead. Thomas, coast to coast, easy basket for Thomas, taking the inbound and going all the way, cutting through the paint, going up off the glass, and we're going to have the foul going against Charlie Rockwell. For Rockwell, that will be his first. Thomas already with 7 of the 12 points for Harvey, as Weber will check out. Kanya will check back in for Harvey. As Thomas rattles the free throw in, he now has 7, and back the other way come the Pirates. Under a minute to go here, first quarter. Bounce pass by Washington, stolen away, down to Hoffa. Hoffa with Rockwell in front of him. Hoffa goes off the glass. The Perry fans wanted a charge, nothing called, and it's a 3-point game. 45 seconds to go. Covison pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound pulled down by Studio. A little bit of tie-up with Thomas. Thomas comes away with it. 2-on-3 break. As Thomas, a nice steal there from behind by Covison. It will remain the Red Raider basketball, as Harvey getting ready to make another substitution as Hall checks back in. Goins will check out. Hoffa will be the one to inbound. 33 seconds to go. Hoffa gets it into Thomas. Thomas, nice pass inside, but it's going to be stolen away. Rockwell coming up with it. We have a jump ball possession arrow. Will stay with Harvey. But a nice entry pass there. Rockwell getting onto the ground and with the tie-up. So it will remain Harvey basketball, as Thomas will be the one to inbound. Des Thomas looking, nothing there. He has to hurry and get it in. He finds Ware. Now they get it back up to the top to reset. Hall with it, back to Thomas. 20 seconds to go here, first quarter. 3-point lead for the Pirates. Washington on Hall. Hall dribbling, wasting the clock down. Now gets it over to Ware. Ware drives past Rockwell. He goes up strong. It's going to be the second foul on Charlie Rockwell. Ware will head to the free throw line. I don't know when he went down, hit a little bit of the padding on the stanchion. So Ware will head to the free throw line, still trying to shake it off a little bit. Rockwell will be checking out here in a moment, as Ware taking a little bit of a breather, making sure everything is all right. He's going to head over to the bench just here for a moment. See if Harvey has to take a timeout, or if we'll just get an injury timeout here while Ware collects himself. A little bit of a towel situation, maybe a little water in the eye. He did go down hard on that play. Deontay Ware, a 6'1" forward. He is a freshman for Harvey. As we talked about, Harvey 4-11 on the season. So Ware will have to come out. Coming in is Chase Goings, I believe, number 10. Number 10, Chase Goings, will come in and shoot these free throws. So Goings puts up the first, up off the mark. As Rockwell will check out, Richards will check back in. I believe if it's the same rules, Perry able to choose the free throw shooter for the Red Raiders, and they go with Goins, who now has 3 misses from the charity stripe. As this one is back off the rim, no good, into the hands of Richards. Under 10 to go, 3-point lead. Richards, 5 seconds. Richards looking. He finds Covison. Covison puts it up, and it hits at the buzzer. Jake Cubison now with 6, and the Perry Pirates go back out to a 5-point lead, 20-15. We'll take a quick timeout and have second quarter action when we come back. Back here at Perry's, we had an exciting opening quarter as the Pirates have a 5-point lead, 22-15 over the visiting Harvey Red Raiders. Jake Cubison leading the way for the Pirates with 6 points. Braden Richards right behind him with 5. Walter Moses with 2. Washington with 2. And Owen McCoon with 3 points in the opening quarter for the Pirates. As it is Richards, McCoon, Moses, Tomasic, and Cubison, your starting 5 back on the floor. As Richards, turnaround jumper off the mark, almost an offensive rebound, and he is able to pull it in, and he goes back up strong as Braden Richards gets his 3rd field goal of the game. As Hoffa now has it for the Red Raiders. Into Thomas. Thomas traveled. Thomas did not agree. The senior guard called for a travel, so a turnover by the Red Raiders. Thomas with 7 points in that opening quarter for the Red Raiders. As Richards is met by Thomas. Gets it into Cubison. Cubison looked like he fumbled it a little bit. I think we did have a travel, just a little bit of a late call as Cubison lost it on the way up. So traveling violation for the Pirates as Des Thomas now with the ball. 30 seconds gone by here in the second quarter. As Goins with it, gets it back to Thomas. Thomas now met by McCoon. Thomas pull up 3 and he hits. Des Thomas having an fabulous opening half here for the Red Raiders. As Richards finds a cutting Tomasic just a little short, gets his own rebound off the glass this time and in. Owen Tomasic now with 4, and back the other way we go. Quick pace here for both teams. As Des Thomas is met by Owen Tomasic. He spin move into the paint, no one there as he goes high off the glass and in. Des Thomas continues to have a stellar game here for the Red Raiders. As the Pirates push back the other way. Turnaround jumper, no good by Tomasic, pulled in by the Red Raiders. They start to push the other way. Now they slow it down a little bit by Hall as he finds Goins. Goins over to Thomas, back to Goins. Goins now to Hoffa. Hoffa with Moses in front of him, 4-point ball game. Goins now with it. Hoffa, he goes to his left. Open 3, off the back of the rim, no good. Offensive rebound, nope, it's going to be pulled in by Cubison. Last off his foot, but it goes into the hands of Hoffa. Open 3 for Hall, off the mark, no good. Rebound's going to be pulled in by Walter Moses, so back to Richards. Almost a nice decoy there by Thomas to come up with the steal, but it's going to be Perry basketball as Owen Tomasic skip pass over to Richards. Richards thought about a 3, puts the ball on the ground, just a little bit short as the rebound's pulled in by Hoffa. Hoffa back the other way, met by McCoon. Des Thomas for 3, off the back of the rim, no good. Offensive rebound pulled in by Harvey. Off the glass, no good by Goins, and it's going to be pulled in by Walter Moses as Moses gets it over to Richards. Richards to McCoon. McCoon, no call, as Owen McCoon gets his 2nd field goal of the ballgame. He now has 5, back to a 6-point lead for the Pirates. Des Thomas now gets the call from Coach Woj on what they want to do here offensively. Thomas almost a steal there by McCoon. Gets it over to Goins. Goins with McCoon on his side, able to hit. As Chase Goins now has his first basket of the ballgame. 0 for 4 from the free throw line, but able to connect on that 2-pointer as Walter Moses just off the mark on his 3, but offensive rebound pulled in by Owen Tomasic. Tried to go off the glass, no good. Hoffa bringing it back the other way. Hoffa met by Richards. Euro steps in, high off the glass, no good. Walter Moses pulls down the rebound. Moses finds Cubison. Covison working on Goins. Beautiful play there by Jake Covison as he now has 8. Quick timeout by Coach Ice and the Pirates as the Pirates come to a 6-point lead, as we are going to be joined here by Coach Roy and Falvey as the Lady Pirates opened things up earlier today as they were victorious against Harvey in the opener, 59-28. Coach, thanks for coming up, and just your thoughts on your game and how things went. Started off with a nice 17-1 run in the first quarter.
Yeah, no, I think our girls came out and played really hard from the get-go. I thought we created some different turnovers, got some transition opportunities for ourselves. And I think on the defensive end, even in the half court, we didn't allow them to get into any sets. It kind of took them out of rhythm, and, that hurt them a little bit. So I was happy with our effort all night tonight. I thought there were spurts up and down where we didn't have real good flow offensively, that we were working on cleaning up, moving to the final week of the regular season in the tournament. But overall, I thought we played pretty well.
How hard is it to face a team that you just played last Saturday, knowing what the result already was? How hard was that for maybe the girls' focus this week in practice?
Well, I tell you what, in practice, I thought we had real good practices. This team, we've had some good teams here at Perry, and this team, I give them tons of credit because they come in day and out and get to work. We talked about that a little bit at halftime, a little bit at the end of the game, too. I'm like, listen, I know we're winning big, and you're kind of thinking, why is Coach on you? But, we're trying to sharpen things up moving forward.
Sure, and you got 2 home games remaining coming up next week before you close out the regular season and get ready for the postseason. But, again, the 7th consecutive division title for you guys, CBC champions again. So another notch for these seniors and what you're putting together here with this program.
Yeah, no, it is really cool, and we never take anything like that for granted. To win 7 in a row is great. It's phenomenal, and that's a credit to all the players that have come before. And Coach Candell, who was here before me, that won 2 of them. She did a great job, and But I'm happy for our girls. Our seniors have won 4 all 4 years, and they've been a part of it all. So it's pretty cool.
We talked with Coach Ice during your guys' game, and obviously everyone wants to be offensive players and have great games offensively. How hard is it to get the team to buy in to play defensively?
Well, you know what? It's kind of something too when I got here, and not that it wasn't a little bit before, but I'm a defensive guy, and we stress defense and really work on that. That's the first things we get to start of seasons, off season. So the buy-in comes over the course of time. As the kids are younger and coming up, and especially when they get into high school, they know right away, we're playing defense, and that's what we got to do. So the buy-in isn't tough, and especially with this group we have, they buy in and they get after it. They take pride in it.
As a rare 2 misses by Jake Covison, coming in at an 81% free throw shooter. 4-point game here as Hoffa steps into that 3, and Mason Hoffa now has 5 points here for the Red Raiders as we're into a 1-point ball game as Moses goes in strong, and he gets his second basket of the ball game. And I think looking at that, you could take a perfect example of a girl like Grace McCoon.
Yeah.
The first 3 seasons at Varsity had around 200 points. Now this season could become one of 8 girls with 400 points scored in a season.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is amazing. We've talked about her too. She's always been a scorer, and really she's just been in a situation too where we've had other scorers the past couple years, and not just one but multiple ones. Yeah. And she's done a good job kind of working at it and staying the course and getting on the court doing other things when she was younger, and she's kind of, I don't want to say cut loose this year, but we needed her to do what she's doing.
Sure.
And she's really stepped up.
And it's probably rewarding for you as well, seeing that, again, buying into your program, what you have going, and being able to come out and shine when it was her opportunity and her time. Yeah,
I mean, really over the past 5 years, we've had girls too and we've told them, listen, if you're at this school or this school, you're starting as a freshman. You're playing tons of time. I know you're not doing that here. You're getting a couple minutes here or there, but you're part of a program, you're part of something a little bit bigger, and you're doing your job and doing your little things, and as you get older, that time comes, and it really pays off. I think I'd much rather be on a championship team and a team vying for, playing for district titles and being able to get after that than going 3-18 and starting. You know what I mean? So, but it is tough for a kid to buy into that. You know what I mean? And we've had the kids that do that. It's pretty cool. And
as we look at your other seniors, is that one just off the mark, but a nice rebound there by Studio to get his first basket of the ballgame, 34-29 as Thomas comes back the other way. We look at your other seniors, Izzy McCoon has been a key part for the last 4 years. Sophia Maked basically could be a double-double every night for you, and Newsom as well.
Yeah. No, I mean, and too, like Sophia's had some injury issues over the past couple years. She missed a big chunk last year. And Caitlin too, like Caitlin's really worked at it. She dressed varsity towards the end of her freshman year, sophomore year, but really didn't get much time in there. Last year, a little bit here, there, and now we ask her to be on the floor 26 minutes a game, and she does it too. Like she's made some big shots for us, but we've really put her on other teams' point guards and asked her to do some of those things. She's done a great job with it. It's been awesome.
And not to overlook your guys' final 2 games, with postseason is right around the corner. How does Division II kind of shake out?
Yeah, I mean it is tough. We have a 2-bracket district, 28 teams. We end up with the 5 seed, which I kind of expected we would be around. The top 3 teams are really good. And then there's a group of probably 6, 7, 8 teams that are all pretty close. So, our first 2 games will be home, which is nice. We'll play a Crestwood team who's young. Right now they're not, record-wise real good, but they've been playing better as the year's gone on. And then if we win that, we'll play an Ursuline team or an Aurora team who I've seen film on both, and they're both pretty darn good. It's not going to be we're going to just come up and walk into districts. We got to really earn it.
And the last thing before we get to half here, obviously being a graduate of Perry, now on just a win away from 100 wins for your career, almost the winningest coach in the women's side in the school's history. Like, how does that make you feel coming back and being a part of something that you helped build a couple decades ago?
No, it is really cool. I mean, coming back here, it was just kind of a dream to come back here and coach here as the coaching part of it is concerned. Just to be here every day. I graduated. My graduating class was the first year in this building, in this gym. I'm just blessed to be able to have the facilities we have and have the players and families that are part of our programs and part of our school. It is really cool. I love it, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Next week, the girls will play North and Brush to close out the regular season. Also have a senior night coming up for Monday. Your 4 seniors as well. So if you can't make it out, and hope that you guys can, to come and honor those 4 girls, we will have the stream of the final 2 games. Well, Coach, thank you for coming up, spending a little time with us. Awesome. Congratulations on the win today, and best of luck with the final 2 and into the postseason.
All right, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. It's been fun.
No problem. Coach Roy and Falvey Jr. joining us. They had a big win earlier, 59-28 over Harvey in the opener of this doubleheader. Right now, the boys with a 36-31 lead. We'll take a timeout. We'll watch halftime here, and athletic director TJ Rockwell will join us after the half.
I expected it to be a lot easier.
I thought it was going to be a piece of cake. I didn't know what step to take next.
I was transitioning from the military.
I was a vehicle gunner.
An avionics specialist.
I was an MP, military police.
My friends thought I could do anything.
I missed my unit, my family.
Playing with my daughter, I felt like a stranger.
I was overwhelmed.
I couldn't sleep.
I just wanted to be by myself.
I didn't have a clear sense of what to do next.
I was too proud. And then I thought, if I'm going through this, other veterans have gone through it too, right?
I started to open up.
And it made a huge difference.
So I reached out, and I saw that I wasn't alone.
Because before I was able to take on my next mission, I had to take on just taking care of myself.
To find purpose.
We are not alone. Other veterans have transitioned from the military and overcome mental health challenges. Visit maketheconnection.net.
Become an official sponsor of PNN Sports. Get recognized in all PNN Sports broadcasts this school year. Contact Colleen Moskowitz at 440-339-9452 for more information.
Do you like supporting your high school? If so, this may be your last chance to order this season's Perry Spirit Wear.
Together we can change the news. Find out how at safekids.org.
If you're like most families, you probably have video game fans in your home. But not every game is right for every kid, which is where the ESRB ratings come in. They help parents make informed decisions for their kids. And there's an easy-to-use mobile app that gives you detailed info on specific game ratings. Video game consoles have parental controls that you can set to block certain games by age rating, so they get all the fun, and you get peace of mind.
Let's be real. There are days when every mom wants to tell her kids to take a hike.
That's actually a pretty good idea.
Because when you take us hiking,
or let us run outside,
and acting silly, you're making our lives healthier and happier.
So next time when Mom wants you to take a hike,
tell her to go to beoutthere.org to find fun ideas for helping kids enjoy the great outdoors.
Be out there!
Hi, I'm Ice-T. As a veteran, I know that for many former servicemen and women, the battle doesn't always end when they come home. Every day, 184 veterans are diagnosed with post-traumatic stress, and sadly, 20 take their own lives. When nothing else helps, professionally trained service dogs can. American Humane, serving the U.S. military for over 100 years, rescues animals in need of forever homes and trains them to become free, life-saving service dogs for our nation's veterans. If you're a veteran or know a veteran struggling with post-traumatic stress or traumatic brain injury, please go to AmericanHumane.org to learn about their Pups for Patriots program. Let's give our veterans a fighting chance.
You're always trying to keep your kids safe, right? What about preventing concussion? Concussion can happen anywhere. On a sports field, at the park, even at home. So you need to know the ABCs. Assess the situation, be alert for signs and symptoms, and contact a healthcare professional. Most kids recover completely, but seek care to help them get better faster. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. Keep kids safe. It's as simple as ABC.
My mom lived with ovarian cancer for 4 years and through multiple recurrences before we lost her when I was 15 years old. Treatment options were limited then. Between each recurrence, all we could do was retreat with chemotherapy and watch and wait and hope. But now, Women with recurrent ovarian cancer have options like maintenance therapies that can delay recurrence. These options mean power in an otherwise powerless situation. Declare, not on my watch. Visit notonmywatch.com.
The following is a
Back
public
here
service
at Perry's,
announcement
we're getting ready to
test to
open up
determine
the
if you need a
second
fishing
half
license
as
and
the
boat
Pirates have a
registration
5-point
before
lead,
you head out on the water. Will this
36-31
begin?
against the
Are
Harvey
you
Red
your
Raiders. The
own
Pirates in
boat?
that opening half shot 50%
Is
from the field,
this your
16
idea
of
of fishing
32.
with friends?
Only 1 of 5 from behind the arc. 3
Do
of
you
5
want
from the free
this
throw
in
line,
your
had
favorite lake?
5 assists and 20 rebounds for the
Regardless
Red
how you
Raiders.
answer,
31
you
points,
need to be licensed and
46%
registered.
shooting. They were 4 of
Do
10
your
from
part
behind the
at
arc.
takemefishing.org.
Also pulled down 14 rebounds. The Red Raiders were led by Des Thomas, who has the ball right now. He had 13 points in that opening half for the Red Raiders. As the Red Raiders will start with the basketball here in the third, trailing by 5. As that 3 ball is just up off the mark and pulled in by
makes learning a little more difficult.
Cubison. As Cubison's going to come back the other way, he's going to get fouled by Des Thomas. For Thomas, that will be his first, team's first, obviously, here in the second half. So it's
I think she has
Cubison, Richards, Moses, and Owen Tomazic. The 5 on the floor, the same 5 starters for the Pirates earlier today. The Pirates were led in scoring in that first half by Braden Richards with 7. Cubison with 6. Owen Tomazic had that one go off his leg. Owen had 4. Studio with 2. Moses with 6. And Owen Mattoon with 5. Cubison had 8 in that opening half for the Pirates. As Des Thomas has the ball for the Red Raiders. Thomas working on McCoon. Tried to get in the paint, nothing there. Shut up. Steal by Cubison. Cubison coming back the other way. Cubison.
Mines can achieve anything.
Little stutter step and able to get his 10th point of the ball game. So double-digit scoring in every game that Cubison has played in this season. As that little floater off the mark by Ware. Rebound pulled in by the Pirates. Last touch by the Red Raiders.
$150 billion.
Pirates lead out to 7, 38-31. Just under 7 minutes to go here, third quarter. Fantastic crowd here tonight at Perry as the youth cheerleaders put on a very nice halftime show for us. As Richards goes into the paint, up and under, and he is in. Braden Richards now has 9. A quick timeout by Coach Woj as this one started to expand a little bit here in this third quarter. 40-31, so the Pirates out to a quick 4-0 lead here in this second half as we have baskets by Cubison and Braden Richards for the Pirates. 40-31 your score. Quick 30-second timeout. We are expected to be joined soon by Athletic Director TJ Rockwell. It's been a fabulous night here in Perry as this doubleheader has not disappointed. The girls victorious in the opener. Boys with a 9-point lead right now against the Harvey Red Raiders. As the Pirates will continue to send out their same starting 5. For the Pirates, they will have Madison coming up on Tuesday. They will travel to Lake Catholic on Valentine's Day and close out the regular season against Lakeside on February 17th. So 3 more games remaining for the Pirates after tonight as the Red Raiders get the ball out to Ware. Ware puts it on the ground to his left, nothing there. Tip in just off the mark by Badley. And it's going to be last touch by the Red Raiders, so the Pirates will now have the basketball looking to go on a 6-0 run here to open up this third quarter. Richards getting ready to run this Pirate offense. Richards averaging 4.2 assists per ball game this season. As Cubison goes in strong just off the mark. Looked like there could have been a charge. Nice hold of ground there by Hall as Des Thomas goes up and under. As Des Thomas now has 15 points in this ball game as Walter Moses comes baseline. He's shut off, tipped away, and almost stolen there by Kanya into the hands of Cubison. Cubison goes up strong, and he's going to head to the free throw line. As Jake Cubison went up strong through the pressure as that foul will go against Harvey. Their second, that will go against number 2, Mason Hoffa. I don't think it can be number 2. I think it's going to have to be number 3, Jake Kanya, because number 2, Hoffa, is not in the ball game at this moment. So Covison puts up the free throw, and he hits. It was a rare 2 misses in that opening half for Covison from the free throw line. An 81% free throw shooter missed 2 opportunities that he had in the opening half. But Perry now out to a 10-point lead. Perry in a little bit of a zone, trying to cut off Thomas. As that is a nice tip there by Owen Tomasic. It will remain Harvey basketball. As Ware will be ready to inbound for the Red Raiders. Red Raiders looking for their 5th win on the season. They are 4-11, but they have won 2 straight. They're 0-5 in CVC play as this skip pass goes over to Kanya. 3-pointer off the mark. Rebound almost pulled in by Tomasic, but it's last touch by Des Thomas. So it'll be another turnover by the Red Raiders, as Owen McCoon will get it into Braden Richards. Richards with 9, setting up the Perry offense as Moses came over for a pick. Richards waved him off. Now takes it. He gets into the paint. Nothing there. Spins into traffic as that one is tipped away by Badley into the hands of Thomas. Back to Badley off the glass and in. Devon Badley with his first basket of the game. Right back the other way is Owen Tomasic. So for his 3rd basket, he now has 6. As the track meet is now back on as Kanya puts up the 3-pointer, no good. Rebound pulled in by Moses. 3-on-1 break over to McCoon. McCoon high off the glass, no good. Rebound pulled in by Tomasic. Tomasic thought about the shot, nothing there. Ball gets over to Covison, who puts up a 3, front rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Badley. Badley gets it over to Des Thomas. 10-point ball game. Thomas with Moses in front of him. Ware now back to Thomas. Thomas with now McCoon in front of him. He goes to his right, nothing there. Passes it back out to the corner. In the corner is Badley. Up top to Ware. Ware back to Badley. Badley now guarded by Covison. Des Thomas slowly trying to initiate the offense. 4 minutes have gone by here in this 3rd quarter. As Badley now has it, hands it off to Kanya. Kanya with Richards in front of him, nothing there. Picks up his dribble. Pass back to Hall in the corner. Hall working on Covison. Fade away, off front rim, no good. Rebound pulled in by Covison. Covison now pushing the other way. Finds Owen Tomasic, who's falling to the ground. Blocked by Kanya. Looked like a foul there, but nothing called. Back the other way we go. Bounce pass over to Des Thomas. Not sure why Ware didn't continue to go up with the ball. Skip pass over to Hall. He puts up a 3. No good. Rebound pulled in by Covison. Covison now brings the ball back for the Pirates. Down to Richards. Richards up and over. Foul going to go against Kanya. And that will send Braden Richards back to the free throw line as the pace is picked up a little bit here again in this 3rd quarter. Both teams coming out after the half. Both up and down the court they go. Richards for the Pirates this season, averaging almost 16 points per ball game, shooting a fantastic 53%, 47% from behind the arc. Also pulling down 7 rebounds and dishing out 4.2 assists per game as this one rattles in and out for Richards. As almost a line change coming in for the Red Raiders. The Pirates on the season are a 70% free throw shooting team, while holding their opponents only 53%. Basically every offense or defensive category, the Pirates almost double up their opponent as Richards gets ready to shoot the second. As it is up and in for Braden Richards. For Richards, he now has 10. That is 10 points in 16 of the 18 games he has played in. He also has 4 20-point games on the season. So the junior having another fantastic year. Had averaged 17.4 last year, down a little bit, but 10-point games are there, double digits on almost every game he has played in this season. But again, as we talked with Coach Ice during the girls' game, it's more than just offense for a lot of these players out here for Perry. Doing a lot of the little intangibles as that one is picked off by Richards. I guess all you have to do is talk about him, and he's going to go up strong, but he's going to get fouled and head back to the free throw line as Chase Goins is going to pick up his first foul. And that will send Richards back to the line where he just split a pair. Richards on the season, a 66% free throw shooter, 27 of 41 from the charity stripe. As the first one up front rim again, just a little bit off for Braden Richards. Richards with 10 in the ball game. Pirates are led by Covison with 13. As Richards puts up the second. Again, front rim, no good. 1 of 3 from the line. Harvey coming back the other way. Hoffa with it. Hoffa, no one's going to stop him. He continues to go. Looked like there was a charge. No call, but the ball goes into the hands of Richards. Richards finds Moses. Moses goes to his left, switches back to the right and in. Walter Moses goes off glass and in. Beautiful transition play there by the Pirates. As Weber puts up a 3. Back rim, no good. Walter Moses with it. He goes behind the back. Hands it off to Covison. Covison, little stutter, finds Washington. Washington puts it on the ground. High off the glass and in. Dayton Washington now with 6 points. Has had a field goal in both halves as he's the last one to touch the ball, so it'll remain Red Raider basketball. It's Washington, Studio, Moses, Covison, and Richards. Your 5 on the floor right now for the Pirates. As Hoffa gets it into Thomas. Des Thomas trying to work through this Perry zone again. 3 ball up, no good, but an offensive rebound pulled in by Badley. He misses though, but again, another offensive rebound. This time 3 ball by Hoffa is an air ball. Back to Hoffa again. The offensive boards continue to give Perry a little bit of a problem here in this third quarter. As Studio flips it over his head. He didn't see Hoffa there as that play goes in for Badley. As Badley now has 2 baskets here in this third quarter. As the Pirates need to slow down just a little bit as Washington now into the post finds Walter Moses. Moses cut off baseline. He throws it away to Des Thomas. Des Thomas all by himself goes off the glass, just off the mark. No good. Nice defense there by Jake Covison to get back and disrupt him just a little bit on that play. Coach Ice feeling the same thing. Little quick, I don't want to say sloppy, but a little quick here in this third quarter. So he's going to take a timeout, slow things down as the Pirates have a 50-37 lead over Harvey. And now joining us, Athletic Director TJ Rockwell. And TJ, it's a beautiful crowd out here tonight, but 2, a nice double header as the boys are trying to close out the nightcap.
Yeah, definitely, and we're not surprised that Harvey gave us, a good first half there. Coach Wojciechowski had his guys ready to go. And I know we pulled away here a little bit in the third quarter, and I think that was a good timeout by Coach Ice-Fano there. We were a little bit out of control. Going up and down the floor a little bit. We have a 13-point lead. Let's salt it away here. With the win tonight, we will officially wrap up the Chagrin Valley Conference and we'll hopefully cut the nets down for the boys and the girls tonight. So
as I say, something the girls did last week for their 7th consecutive after night.
Yeah, Madison, next Tuesday will be our senior night, so our 4 seniors will be honored right after that JV game, so we're looking forward to that. And then, we've got, and we actually added one. We're throwing you a curveball, added one next Thursday at Youngstown Cheney. So we had 1 game left. We wanted to wait and see what our schedule was going to look like postseason-wise and where we thought we were going to get seated as to who we were going to play in that spot. And Youngstown Cheney is very good. They play Mentor tomorrow. So that'll definitely give us a test as Jake Covison hits a big 3 coming out of the timeout. That looks like it was a setup play coming off the timeout and then a turnover again. So let's keep it going here.
And hopefully all of you were listening during the girls game earlier, because Coach Ice told me that, and I didn't even write it down. But he did mention that you guys are heading out there next week. But on the girls' side, they had another impressive win earlier today, 59-28, as they now have 2 home games remaining with senior night coming up on Monday.
Yeah, Monday we have a good North team coming in here. Coach Forrest always does a very nice job over at East Lake North, so that'll be a challenge for us. And then we host Brush on Thursday to close out the regular season before. Looks like we're going to be hosting 2 sectional games, sectional semifinal on May. I'm already thinking, I wish, right?
Yeah, right.
February 15th, unfortunately. February 15th against Crestwood. And then we'll have a game on Saturday the 19th against either Youngstown, Ursuline, or Aurora. So both of those games, anytime you get in the postseason, is going to be a challenge. So, but I know the girls are excited. They're ready to go. And every year it's always fun to see how far we can go and what the seeds are and where we're going to be and all that kind of stuff. So we will be playing our district out at Nordonia if we're able to get that far. So exciting time of year for everybody.
I know the basket goes in by Studio. Nice offensive rebound to keep that possession alive for the Pirates. I know Coach Infalvi, when he was up here, told us he wasn't surprised with the 5 seed. Was that kind of where you were thinking as well, or anything that maybe stood out a little bit when the bracket was released?
Yeah, I think that's where, he was thinking 4 or 5, as low as 6. He was hoping to avoid the 6 spot. So the 5th, pretty much right where we thought we were going to be. And you never know when, who knows what we're doing up here with these super districts. We have 28 teams between Northeast Ohio and Youngstown. We don't really know the Youngstown teams that well. They don't know us very well. So voting becomes a little convoluted sometimes. Coaches vote for each other, et cetera, et cetera. So I think we're right where we should be, and I think we have a good draw. There are a couple of teams that actually avoided playing us and went a different route. So it's, I think they respect our program, and we'll give it a good shot here come postseason time.
And the other winter sports going on right now, swimming had a meet earlier this week. How did we fare there?
Yeah, both boys and girls got a win over West G on Tuesday night, and that was awesome. That was our boys' first win. I was talking to some parents earlier tonight. We have really good boy swimmers. We just don't have a lot of them. And so any middle school age kid, and even our high school age kid that wants to swim, we have a really good team. We have a good core nucleus of swimmers. They're like 6 of them. So we need 10 to 12 to actually win some dual meets and compete at a league level and all that kind of thing. Because really, boys swimming, again, it's not a knock on them, is the only team that hasn't won a CVC title this winter. And again, it's just because they just don't have the sheer numbers to compete on a team level. So girls swimming has been rocking it. They won their 4th CVC title in a row a couple weeks ago out at Beechwood. Very exciting finish. Came down to the last race. And so you don't see that a lot. And it was good for them to win 4 in a row. So our seniors go out winning all 4 years of their high school career, winning CVC championships. So pretty special thing for them. Let's see. We talked about the boys. Talking about wrestling tomorrow. Yep. Wrestling heads down to South Range. So sort of our arch nemesis here from the football season who took us out and obviously ended up winning the state championship as Braden puts it back in there for 2. Gives us a 16-point lead, just under 8 minutes to go. South Range, obviously very talented football team. They have like 4 or 5 of their really good football players are wrestlers. And so we anticipate being matched up with them tomorrow at the state duels. So we're in Division III this year. We need to win our first match. First things first, we have to beat Garrettsville Garfield. If South Range wins their match, which they're favored to do, we would see them with a chance at going to the state duels championships next weekend down in Versailles, like 4 hours away. So, right around the corner if we can get a win out at South Range. A couple of wins tomorrow out at South Range.
Now, is the wrestling team, are they going through the same thing as basketball, dropping down a division, trying to learn some of the teams that you're used to? Yeah. You're not seeing them anymore.
And it's been a real change in a lot of our sports. So, football, we went to D5. Played a lot of teams that we had never heard of before. Same thing. Basketball, D3. Wrestling, D3. So, again, just teams that, we're not, Garrettsville, Garfield, South Range. We've not wrestled a lot of those schools before. So we host the district meet coming up here in early March 3rd and 4th. We'll have 40-some teams here for the districts. A lot of those teams, as I was putting the email together, just not used to seeing those teams up this way for wrestling. So it'll be exciting. It's a good change of pace for us and gives our kids the best opportunity to compete. And we're just excited. It's crazy that postseason time is here, but here we go.
Right, because, again, as we wrapped up the football season, looking forward to the winter sports. Winter just about over as we get ready for spring sports to get underway.
I think that's why I said May.
Yeah, right, here, Harvey. Yes. As the boys continue to push out their lead as they played 1 minute here, 59-43. The Pirates with the lead here as Cubison just off the mark. They're going to call that one on the floor. But for this team, let's get back to just basketball here for a minute. Just talking with Coach Ice a little bit, just how this team has grown and gelled together from where they were, playing through rec to where they are now with 4 seniors on this roster and like 9 core guys getting valuable minutes this year.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what? One of the reasons we went down to Florida, a lot of people had said, "Oh, why do you go to Florida to play 3 games?" And it's not necessarily that we'd have to go to Florida. We can play basketball anywhere, any time. But it's really the trip in itself and the experience that they had together, sort of bonding together with their players, with the coaches. It was something that I think Coach Ispano, if you ask any of the kids, they had a blast, and they say that it just helped bring them together. And I know it happened on the girls' side too, so we see a lot of value in that. Yes, we could go play basketball in Columbus or anywhere that there's a tournament over the holidays. It was a really special experience and something that we're not going to do every year, but it was something that was really sort of special and unique, and I think we're going to benefit from it. And so if it can propel us to another win in the postseason that maybe we weren't expecting, or it gives us a chance to compete and do something that maybe we wouldn't have done just because of how these guys play together, I think it's worth its while.
As that foul will go against Charlie Rockwell, that will be his 3rd here of this ball game, as the Raiders will head to the free throw line, as Badley will head there, 62-45. Is that one just off the mark for Badley?
And real quick, I know we talked about the Florida trip. We had almost 30 sponsors for that thing. I'm just going to read a couple of them here as we go, but I know without them we would have not been able to take the trip. So like Newsom Painting and Remodeling, Greg, Dawn Newsom were so generous. Erie Bank, World Wines, Below's Landscaping, Today's Lifestyle Construction, Then Design, RJK Roofing Solution, Great Lakes Power, Chardon Smile Center, Dr. Brian Titus, Jennifer and Company, Village Pub, King Cone, Edward Jones, that's Dave Lamond, NDS Orthodontics, Gem Construction. There's a couple of them. I'll finish them off later. I don't want to keep taking up your whole broadcast, but that just shows you, we had 29 sponsors, Step Up organizations. Perry PTA is another one. Speaking of organizations that, really embraced the opportunity. They saw the value in the trip and what we were doing, and said, yeah, we're gonna give you some money and make sure this can happen so all of our kids can go. And really special experience for us. And I want to thank all of those companies and people, individuals that donated. So thank you very much.
And the last thing I'll let you go with this is the booster raffle coming up soon. I know that but we talked with Miss Morris a little bit earlier today. That's just right around the corner.
Yeah, it's coming up mid-March. We had such a tremendous experience last year with the way the raffle worked. It was all online. With COVID ending and sort of ready to move forward, we thought, we're going to have it in person again. We said, all right, we'll do one more year of online. It was such an amazing thing. We've made more doing it that way than we have doing it in person. Obviously, we have food costs and facility costs and all those types of things. So we're going to do it online again and hope that we blow it out of the water in terms of what we made last year. So, that information will be forthcoming. You'll get an email blast about it, and we're excited. I know the Cavs, thank you very much. Cavs donated again and put a nice little basket together for our basketball team. So we're excited to get that rolling.
Be sure to check out those links as Ware goes up and under again, Thomas. He now has 19 points of the 48 for Harvey here tonight, as we are just under 5 minutes to go here in this final quarter. So the ladder's in the back. We have safety scissors ready.
I don't know about safety scissors. We'll have to check with Adam on that. But, we got the ladders, one each. We're going to do them at the same time. So we talk about unique experiences. This is something we've never done here, where the girls and the boys, cut the nets down on the same night. So it looks like it's going to happen here. just a couple of other sponsors here as we head to a timeout. Carrie Mackey and her family, the Ritley family, Pine Lakes Tennis Club, Dr. Bradley Clement, dentist, CSJ Technologies, K&N Tharp Properties, Perry Village Market, Greg Christmas Tree Farm, Math with Mr. J, Eden Off the Avenue, all of those companies that E-Dake Heating and Plumbing. Thank you really so much again for everything that you guys did, and we appreciate the support. So, yeah, net cutting in about 4 minutes, and I don't know if we're going to stream that or not, but either way, another hats off to our girls. 7 in a row for the girls is something that I looked back quickly, so I can't say that it's a definite school record for number of championships in a row. I believe that it is from the documents and everything, that all the records that I've looked at, so I don't want to catch any flack and say that, but I think 7 in a row is a school record for number of championships in a row. Our wrestling program had 6 early on in my time here in the early 2010 to 12 to 16 range. So girls are rolling, and this is the boys' second or third in a row. Maybe Coach Isofano knows, but in that ballpark, we're rolling along.
Yeah, this should be the third, and I believe the fourth in 5 or 6 years, as we were talking about it a little bit earlier. But of course, he didn't want to talk too much about it because the game didn't happen yet, of course. But I tried to push him a little bit. It's easy for me to speculate if you just want to comment on. Yes, but he played it close to the vest. But he was a fantastic interview during the girls' game. Coach and Falvey came up during the second quarter here tonight. So just a fabulous atmosphere all around today for this doubleheader.
Yeah, I want to give hats off to our cheerleaders as well. They've got their shirts on. They did a camp last Sunday. I'm sure everybody saw it at halftime with, 50 little ones out there cheering their hearts out. And so not only a good fundraiser for our cheerleading program, but it helped pack the house tonight as well. That was our best crowd of the year tonight. And I think a lot of it had to do with that, but it also, the fact that we're playing boys and girls together as a doubleheader. We're talking about things like this within our league. Is this something we want to do more? And after tonight's crowd, again, with the help of the cheerleading clinic and with Coach Horsfall and Mrs. Erickson, they did a great job putting it together. So hats off to our cheerleaders.
Yeah, no doubt. I think this doubleheader is an easy success for both the school and something that the conference should and could continue with. This is not that we've had low crowd. It's been consistent this season, packing the house for both the girls and the boys this year.
Yeah, and I give our kids credit. I mean, they're still into the game here. They're putting their hands up down there. We have a good little section tonight. We had our best student section of the year out at Edgewood on Tuesday, and again, I think those Edgewood's got probably the best student section in the CVC. They have a really good home court advantage there, and our kids came out because they knew that. And so kudos to Coach Platt. They put some baseball players after their workout into the vans and got themselves out there. We had a nice little crowd. So we got to keep that going for the postseason, though. We're going to need to use our home court advantage to our advantage here in the postseason. So hopefully everybody keeps on coming out.
Jake Cubison on that second free throw has now 20 points for the ball game. That's now 6 of the last 7 games for him with 20 or more points. Just having a nice cap to his senior season.
Yeah, we'll see when we put him up there on the 1,000-point board what that number is. I would anticipate he's going to pass Jackson Birdyshaw. I know he's passed his brother, passed Drew. So I think he's going to be our second all-time leading scorer here. I don't know that he is yet. He might be. But the thing is, he doesn't even care. That says a lot about Jake and the type of player he is. He just wants to win.
Yep.
And so he has no – I think we had to tell him, hey, Jake, you're close to 1,000. He didn't really sort of like, oh, okay, sounds good. And he just goes about his business. He works extremely hard. He's in the gym. I saw him the other day. He's off. He could go home, go to sleep, whatever. He had a break in the day. He's up there shooting. He's up there shooting threes, shooting free throws, just working on his craft, working on his game. we're certainly going to miss him next year. But it's been a fun ride for Jake, and I do expect him to probably pass Jackson up and be our second all-time leading scorer in Perry basketball history. So hats off to Jacob.
So we'll be able to track that over the next final 3 games before the postseason begins for the boys. 3:24 to go here in this ball game. Perry looking to improve to 15-3 on the season. The girls already won the day portion of this doubleheader, 59-28 against Harvey. As I put my sheet down, I'm starting to get the girls and the boys numbers confused with both teams, as Thomas is called for a travel there, as Tomasic will check in for the Pirates. Checking out will be Washington. As we have just under 3 minutes to go here in this ball game. As Walter Moses into the paint, back out to Covison. Covison over to Richards. Richards, there you go for Tomasic. Beautiful play going in through the paint, just a little bit off the mark on the glass. As coming back the other way was Hall. He's off the mark. Goins falling out, and it will be last touched by the Red Raiders. What else do we have to cover? I'm trying to think. I think everything.
I'll give a quick shout out. Not many people know this. We have a couple of gymnastics girls that compete for us. It's technically a club sport, but it's an OHSA sport. They compete hard for the Perry Pirates. Gymnastics is one of those things. We don't have facility here, so they have to go. They're going to legs. They're at Menor, 3, 4, 5 nights a week, working hard. So I want to wish our gymnastics team the best of luck. Their postseason's coming up too, just along with everybody else. So it's one of those things like not many people know. Again, you need 6 to have a team. So it's similar to the boys swim where we just don't have enough to have a team, but they go and compete individually for us, and we wish them the best of luck at the state tournament, in the sectional tournament coming up here in the coming weeks.
As Thomas gets ready to put up 2 free throws, he hits on the first. Thomas now with 21 points for Harvey.
And we'll follow Twitter tomorrow. If you're Perry_Pirates, we'll be keeping everybody up to date on the state dual wrestling tournament. It's something you have to get invited to. It's not everybody gets to go and compete. So we're one of the top 16 schools in the state ranked by the Coaches Association in order to get into this thing. And we'll go down to the final 8 schools by tomorrow afternoon. So stay tuned on Twitter. We'll be live in South Range, from South Range High. I've never been to South Range High School, so it'll be interesting to see their facilities and see what it's like down at South Range tomorrow.
So the wrestling will be in action, and that's always nice to see too. As you're out and about everywhere around the state, seeing the little snippets here and there of what maybe you take yourself, or the Plain Deal, or the News Herald provides with their coverage, or Ohio Varsity, or wherever, the CVC conference. It's always nice to see day of things that are going on instead of waiting. For us, it used to be waiting for the newspaper. Now you just you go online, you can find anything you want.
For sure. I mean, the Twitter, the whole social media thing has changed things dramatically, and people want their updates instantaneously, their news instantaneously, and we try to be cognizant of that on our Twitter account and update whenever we can, just so everybody knows. I mean, our followers go up every year, every season. All right. So under 2 minutes to go, up 16. Looks like we'll be going to get the nets here after handshakes and ready to go. But yeah, it's a different world certainly from when I started as an athletic director. What's required nowadays? Not required, but what people really look forward to, getting that information so fast. And Twitter, I haven't done the Instagram thing yet, but the Twitter is where we find most of our followers and try to get that info out. So follow the wrestling team tomorrow. We'll be live down at in the Youngstown area.
Just about a minute to go here in this ballgame. 76-59 as McCoon puts up a little shot in the paint. He hits. He now has 7. Back the other way is Thomas off the glass and in. So Des Thomas now with 25 of the 61 points for Harvey. Coach, quick timeout, a little line change coming in for the Pirates. If you want, I'll cut you loose. You can get our the ladders all set and ready to go.
Yeah, we're going to go down there and get it ready to go.